When you walk into a room, your value is recognized before you say a word. That's the real impact of workplace branding. Marty Neumeier, branding expert and author of The Brand Gap, puts it simply, your brand isn't what you say it is, it's what they say it is. This means your reputation is shaped by how others perceive your actions and presence, not just by what you share online. LinkedIn data shows that professionals who align their actual and desired brands accelerate career progression by an average of 23%. Today, I'll show you how to shape this perception through your everyday interactions. For more tactical leadership insights, consider subscribing. So, what signals are you sending in those moments when people first encounter you? If you're new here, please subscribe and like because I share tips to help you improve your career. Every professional interaction is shaped by a few decisive moments that determine how others perceive you. These moments aren't about self-promotion or grand gestures. They're about the subtle signals you send, often without realizing it. Your workplace brand is largely formed through three key moments: arrival, engagement during interruptions, and how you're remembered after you leave. The first moment is your arrival. When you enter a room, people form a gut feeling about you almost instantly. Your posture, eye contact, and the energy you bring are all under quiet scrutiny. If you walk in with presence, head up, making eye contact, acknowledging those around you, you project reliability and openness. On the other hand, entering preoccupied or distracted can signal disinterest or a lack of confidence. Consider the leader who always greeted their team with a steady handshake and attentive eye contact, no matter how busy the day. Over time, these consistent nonverbal cues built trust and set a tone of competence long before any words were spoken. The second moment is how you handle interruptions. In meetings, when someone cuts you off or disagrees, your response reveals much about your emotional intelligence. Do you pause and listen, or do you push to finish your thought? Leaders who demonstrate patience and active listening, by nodding, maintaining open body language, and genuinely considering others' input, are remembered as approachable and competent. These reactions aren't just about appearing polite. They show that you value collaboration and respect differing perspectives, which strengthens your professional reputation. The third moment happens after you leave the room. This is when colleagues discuss not only what you contributed, but also how you made them feel and whether you follow through on commitments. Your actions after a meeting, such as sending a thoughtful follow-up or delivering on promises, carry more weight than a strong entrance. People remember consistency and reliability over time, and these lasting impressions shape your workplace brand just as much as your initial presence. Mastering these three moments, arrival, engagement, and follow-through, creates a consistent impression cycle. When your actions align across each phase, you reinforce a clear and trustworthy brand. Inconsistencies, like showing confidence in meetings but avoiding informal interactions, can create confusion and weaken your reputation. Understanding these moments is essential for evaluating your current workplace brand. But do you really know how your colleagues see you right now? Diagnosing your current workplace reputation starts with a clear-eyed look at the signals you send and the impressions you leave behind. One of the most effective ways to gain this self-awareness is to ask your colleagues directly, "If you had to describe me in 3 words, what would they be?" Comparing their responses with your own self-image can reveal blind spots and highlight the qualities that stand out most to others. Marty Neumeier, in The Brand Gap, emphasizes that your brand lives in the minds of others, not in your intentions. This makes it essential to seek out honest feedback, rather than relying solely on your own perceptions. Begin with what's known as the mirror test. Reflect on the last few times colleagues approached you for help or advice. Notice any patterns in the types of requests you receive. Are you the go-to person for troubleshooting complex issues, or do people rely on you for conflict resolution? These repeated interactions provide clues about the strengths your peers associate with you. For example, if you're often asked to review project details, your reputation may lean toward being thorough and analytical. If you're approached for client negotiations, diplomacy might be your defining trait. Document these patterns over a few weeks to clarify your perceived strengths. Next, consider the shadow test. Examine which tasks and responsibilities are consistently delegated to you. assignments reflect the trust others place in your abilities. If you're routinely handed high-visibility projects or asked to present to senior leadership, colleagues likely view you as capable and persuasive. Conversely, if you're assigned urgent problem-solving tasks in a crisis, composure and reliability may be your standout qualities. These assignments help you understand the value your team places on your contributions and whether these perceptions align with your desired professional image. Direct feedback is the most revealing diagnostic tool. Ask a few trusted colleagues, "What's one thing I'm known for that I might not realize?" Frame the question around your professional development to encourage candid responses. This approach, used by leaders like Coach Knight, who had his trusted advisor Anne gather honest feedback on his behalf, demonstrates the value of purposeful reputation management. You may uncover attributes or habits that are more visible to others than you expect. After gathering input from all three methods, look for consistency. If your colleagues' descriptions, the tasks you're given, and the feedback you receive all point to a particular strength, that's likely a core aspect of your brand. If there's a disconnect, such as being seen as detail-oriented but regularly assigned big-picture strategy work, it signals an opportunity to adjust either your actions or how you communicate your value. Document the top 3 traits or patterns that emerge from your review. Compare these with how you would like to be described. This exercise highlights any alignment gaps and helps set priorities for your personal branding efforts. Marty Neumeier notes that true brand strength is measured by your pricing power, the opportunities and influence your reputation commands within your organization. With a clear diagnosis in hand, you're ready to move from insight to action. The next step is to apply a systematic approach to shaping your reputation, focusing not just on what you say online, but on the daily behaviors that create lasting impressions. If you're finding this helpful, please subscribe and like because it helps us create content that matters to you. Also, if you want to take your skills further, check out our executive education and executive coaching programs at execbeat.com. What if you approached your professional reputation with the same precision a marketing team brings to a product launch? Workplace branding benefits from strategic discipline, but the focus should be on the moments that matter most, your daily, in-person interactions. While it's tempting to prioritize your online presence, the reality is that the conversations in hallways, your contributions in meetings, and the way you respond to colleagues shape perceptions far more than any digital profile. Think of your reputation as a flywheel powered by small, repeated actions. Each positive interaction, how you enter a room, listen during discussions, or follow up on commitments, adds momentum. Over time, these moments accumulate, creating a reliable pattern in the minds of your peers. Marty Neumeier describes brand as the sum of customer gut feelings, and in the workplace, every action you take becomes part of that sum. If you consistently provide clear, thoughtful insights or regularly acknowledge colleagues' input, you reinforce qualities like analytical thinking or collaboration. These repeated behaviors make your brand predictable and trustworthy. A key principle is to focus on meaningful, value-adding interactions before any self-promotion. Marty advocates for helping others first, and this ethic is central to building a strong professional brand. Instead of highlighting your own achievements at every opportunity, concentrate on supporting your colleagues, whether by sharing useful information, connecting people with resources, or offering constructive feedback. These acts of service build goodwill and credibility, making any self-promotion that follows feel earned rather than self-serving. When you help a coworker solve a problem before they ask, you make a lasting deposit in the relationship bank. Just as important as what you add are the behaviors you remove. Reputation-diluting actions, like failing to follow through, dominating conversations, or reacting defensively, can quickly undermine trust. Pay attention to moments when colleagues seem skeptical or double-check your work. These are signals to adjust your approach. By identifying and eliminating these weak points, you strengthen the foundation on which your brand is built. Your environment also acts as a series of brand touchpoints. The projects you choose, your seating in meetings, and how you set up your workspace all communicate intent. Marty notes that almost everyone in a company affects the brand, so be deliberate about where and how you show up. Selecting projects that align with your desired strengths or arranging your workspace to encourage collaboration are subtle yet effective ways to reinforce your brand in everyday interactions. Tracking progress is essential. Notice whether colleagues seek your input in areas you want to be known for, or if your contributions are referenced more frequently in discussions. These behavioral cues are evidence that your efforts are shaping perceptions. Ultimately, reputation engineering is a continuous process. Each deliberate choice and consistent action moves your professional brand forward, setting the stage for the opportunities and outcomes that follow. Your workplace brand shapes how others decide to offer you opportunities and assignments, even before you actively manage it. LinkedIn research shows that professionals who align their actual and desired brands progress in their careers 23% faster and are more likely to receive high-value assignments. This week, choose one reputation-building behavior to apply in meetings and another in informal interactions. Over the next few months, observe how colleagues respond and note any changes in the types of projects or responsibilities you're offered. As Marty Neumeier puts it, you can't not have a brand. It's what people feel about you. Share in the comments one brand action you'll commit to this week, and visit execbeat.com for more in-depth executive education and coaching resources. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like because it helps us bring you more free videos. And if you're ready to grow your career, visit execbeat.com to learn about our executive education and coaching.